Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're coming here with another exciting podcast from the Chris Voss Show, and I'm joined today by my good friend Steve Broback, and Steve runs Dent the Future, which .com, I believe it is, which is the Dent conference. Hey, Steve, how's it going, bud?
Hey, Chris. Good to be with you.
Thanks for talking to us.
I got my camera off because I've been fighting off a cold for 2 weeks, and I've been largely in the house, so I didn't want to give the impression that you were that I was hosting the best of the homelessness conference because I pretty much look like a hobo today. I always joke about that.
That's okay. I'm naked from the neck down in this video anyway, so
yeah, I feel better than I look or sound.
Well, that's pretty much me too. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, I'm going to be coming out. I believe it's March 22nd to the 25th this month, March.
Yep.
And we're going to be coming out to the Dent conference at dentthefuture.com. And I want to share with our viewers who need to get out there. It's going to be in Sun Valley, Idaho, which is really beautiful. Tell us what it's about. What is Dent the Future and all that good stuff?
Well, it's a joint creation with Jason Preston. We're partners in the event. I've been a tech conference guy since the early 90s and been producing conferences pretty much nonstop since '91, with a minor hiatus in there. My company got bought. I used to own a company called Thunder Lizard Productions, co-owned that with Steve Roth, and that got bought in late '99 or early 2000. And then I spent a year, and that was a great time because that was when I got to work with Robert Scoble. Mm-hmm. Robert and I worked together at Fawcett Technical Publications. And then I took a couple of years off after that, after we integrated the two companies, and then emerged from the mists in about 2004, hosting an event called the Blog Business Summit and the i3 Forum, and then we did the world's first Twitter conference in 2009, and then the bunch of Tweet House events, which we're still doing. But along that route, Jason Preston and I kept talking about, a different kind of event that wasn't quite so tech-focused, a little more thought leadership, something a little more mentally invigorating than just technology stuff. And when Steve Jobs passed away, we both separately thought of the same idea, that you could do an event around this Dent the Universe theme, that, the phrase he was so famous for. So we decided in about October of 2012 that, hey, let's do this Dent idea. And our first conference is March of 2013, and we're doing our third one, the one you're going to see us at in a few weeks in Sun Valley.
Cool. This is going to be exciting. We got Scott Jordan's throwing a nice party with all of his gadget gear and everything, and then you've got a bunch of whole speakers that are coming to the event. And people have asked me what it's like, and I've never been able to tell them because I haven't gone yet. But to me, it always appears to kind of be the Davos of the Western world, or maybe what will become the Davos of the Western world, where it's really a place where thinkers go. There seems to be a lot of really important and cool people to go to it. Robert Scoble, I know, is usually there. This year he's not because he's on his own sabbatical.
Well, I think Robert's going to be there.
Oh, Robert, is he?
Oh, yeah. He's had a lot of nice things to say about it. Yeah, he said he wouldn't miss it this year. So
this will be awesome.
Year 3 for him. Yeah, we've got a lot of really cool people coming out. We've got, on the speaker side, we've got Craig Newmark, who's going to come out and talk about one of his pet projects these days is related to trust in press. And we've got one of my favorite sessions is a gentleman named Mark Duncan, who's going to come out. He's a consulting detective, and he's going to come out and talk about some of the techniques he uses in interrogations and deduction, and how many of us in our regular lives can do the same thing.
Cool.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Can I get waterboarded while I'm there? That sounds like
No. He says there's nothing like that. He goes, he says it's so funny. He goes, when you're working with witnesses or suspects, it's nothing like on TV. He says all you're trying to do is build rapport. And I said, oh, I go, so it's kind of like sales.
It's kind of like sales. Wow. Well, yeah. I should quit using the old Chicago police interrogation tech with the large set of yellow pages. That's I guess that doesn't work.
Yeah. He says that's not how it works. So yeah, that's kind of we always have a bunch of unique and different kind of speakers, kind of the stuff you don't see at other events. I'm also excited about Neela Richardson, who's the chief economist for Redfin, talking sort of about the economic way of thinking. And you've had chief economists in a lot of government roles over the years, and now tech companies like crazy are bringing them on board. Valve and Google and et cetera, et cetera. She's going to kind of talk about what a chief economist brings to your venture. And anyway, it's a great speaker lineup. But that's really, I'm an editorial guy, so it's always for us. It's been, you got to build the great sessions. It's about the sessions. And one of the things we discovered after the first year was that it was really significantly about the community. I hate to sound all kumbaya, but it was really the people that came out and got to know each other and, spend a few weeks kind of away from it all out in nature. And we really built, I think, a strong community that kind of likes to hang out the rest of the year too. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have musicians that showed up. It's set in that kind of what's the right word I want to look for, in the Sun Valley sort of thing. You've got skiing that you can take and do, the activities. Throughout the conference, I guess, there's different nesting things that you're going to do, or little, I guess, pods that you're going to do, I guess.
Well, there's all kinds of activities. Because there's this rich set of, I've always said my favorite places in the world sort of have urban amenities in a rural environment, and that's kind of what we have going on at Dent. We're going to do an art gallery walk. There's a bunch of really great restaurants in town, and the first night of the main conference, everybody splits off and does the dine around in these fabulous restaurants. And then we have a thing called the Activity Day, which it's actually not that many people. It's funny, it's a ski resort, but not that many people really go skiing or snowboarding. Maybe only a dozen, I think, of the entire group. We'll have about between 150 and 200 people there. But there's a photo walk and, scavenger hunt. And anyway, it's significantly about activities. And then with the rooms we're in is, you mentioned the Davos conference. We're high-end events we're compared to at times, and the one that comes most to mind is the Herb Allen conference they hold every year in Sun Valley. We're going to be in the same rooms as where that event is held, but of course they do theirs in the summer and ours is, in springtime.
Yeah, and you have all the big Fortune 500 people that show up for that, and then they love Sun Valley. So, but you guys have a lot of VCs that show up to this sort of thing. Some startup people that are coming, I guess. If Roberts Global is going to come, I know my friend Andy Grignon's supposed to come unless he gets interrupted. And I'm coming, of course, which is probably the most important person of all. But and I know a bunch of my friends are chattering about going and talk is about going. I probably should have jumped in this sooner because it seems like my peer pressure is affecting some people.
Yeah. Well, the other element that we sort of tout is there's a non-trivial wine aspect to the event. A lot of people bring some good bottles in, and a lot of the wine, local and non-local wineries, we bring in some we like to make sure the event's got some good wine, and we always do some special tastings and everything else. So that's part of the social aspect. I know Andy's a big wino like me, so so it's going to be fun to hang with Andy again.
I sampled your beautiful wine, I think, last year at South by Southwest. And
we did that. Yeah, that was fabulous.
Yeah.
We did that big wine tasting down in the basement of Mellow Johnny's bike shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I was really
fun.
tempted to just type a bottle and sneak it out with you.
Yeah. Well, that was.
It was that good a wine.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was that good a
Silicon
wine.
Valley Bank sponsored that, as well as um, Oral-B was a part of that South by Southwest thing as well. This
That
year
was
we got Buick back, which is great. Buick has been just a great supporter of this event from very early on, and we've got a new tech startup called Leo, Leeo, and they're doing sort of a smart home Internet of Things
oh
product, which which the attendees are getting, and
oh
they're gonna be there in force.
that'll be fun to
So
review. I've been since CES, I've been reviewing 50,000 home Internet of Things, home automation devices. So I've seen more cameras in the past 2 months than I've seen in my life.
right, well, the Leo thing's really cool because what it does is it plugs in and then it detects, because smoke detectors have a
Hmm.
standard tone that they emit.
Uh-huh.
This device listens for that tone, and when it hears it, it then notifies you on your phone that your smoke detector has gone off.
That's awesome. That's pretty
Yeah,
brilliant when it comes down to. I mean, the stuff I'm seeing for the Internet of Things and what they're doing for home automation is pretty amazing. And of course, yeah, if you're on your mobile phone, you're at least a mile away from your home, you won't hear that smoke detector.
yeah, that's
But
right. Yep. And then we got our friends from CEO Registry are on board. Jody Rich is our longtime co-conspirator, and uh, Good, the social impact folks, Good Corps and Good Core, excuse me, and Higher Ground of Sun Valley. Anyway, we've got a bunch of good partners and people involved, and they're supporting us really well, and it's gonna be fun.
yeah, the thing I've seen from the videos you guys have put up about the different panels, what they talked about, there's some of the video and photos I've sent from Robert, my friends, over the years that show just everyone having fun. There's musicians playing music and just that whole serendipity sort of environment. Robert talks a lot about white space, and of course he talks a lot about serendipitous moments where you go to these CES huge events, and they're nice, but they're just gigantic, gargantuan events that seem to have no intimacy to them whatsoever. And it seems
Yeah.
like Dent kind of has more of an intimate crowd, an intimate setting, and a place that the main thing I'm looking forward to the most is networking with a lot of really cool, influential people, and being in a setting where I can actually probably have a conversation with somebody rather than Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's definitely a lower pressure environment, and it's a varied audience. We're big believers in this thing. Well, Steve Jobs, if you ask Steve Jobs, what was it? A couple, reporters did in the interviews. Hey, how come you're so great at what you do? And he had two typical responses. One was, well, I seem to have a knack for picking talent. But the other thing is he goes, I think I'm just better at connecting dots than a lot of people are. And we kind of pride ourselves that this event is such a diverse group of people that they're you get the opportunity in your conversations to connect a lot of dots that you wouldn't have connected otherwise. I mean, while it's true we do have some VCs and angels and startup, founders, and so there's sort of the typical Silicon Valley thing. We also have a lot of, you know, politicos, folks from from education. Um, Marcos of Daily Kos, the founder, is registered 2 years in a row. He's not even a speaker, and he, what you find is you just kind of get this diversity of outlook and experience that allows you to kind of not only make new connections with people, but kind of make new idea connections as well. So,
Awesome.
yeah, it's a good group.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna meet a whole new set of cool people that I probably don't meet through some of the other environments I do, and they'll be a whole lot more intimate, and I'll probably build some really, really great networking relationships, which I really love. I love meeting people in real life. I get kind of tired of social media's standoffness, if you
Yeah,
will.
it's definitely less frenetic than that. It's a much more sublime, relaxed place. And, Alvy Ray Smith, who co-founder of Pixar, when he came to Dent, he said one of the great things that came out of it is he just found the environment to be wonderful for him to be creative. He was in the middle of writing a book, and he said, "Gosh, while I was in Sun Valley, I actually got a lot of writing done." And I said to him, "Well, Ernest Hemingway felt the same way.
Yeah, that's very true.
He wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls right there in the Sun Valley Lodge."
Yeah.
So,
In fact, I wanted to use this quote that Jeremy Oyang had on the website. It was, Dent is an innovation retreat for people who are making a difference. So very cool that way. And we're getting interrupted by the puppy. So there we are.
Oh, what kind of puppy is it?
It's a Siberian Husky.
Well, I'm a University of Washington Husky, so.
Are you? Well, there you go.
What's the name?
Freya.
And Freya?
Freya and Abby.
And does she have those piercing blue eyes?
Yeah, they both do.
Oh, I've got a 10-year-old Wheaton Terrier who thinks he's a puppy. He keeps throwing his back out. You're gonna meet him. He'll be in Sun Valley
That'll be awesome.
In a couple weeks.
That'll be awesome. Mine have those piercing blue eyes that tell you that get you to forgive them for chewing up, whatever it was that you love so much that is gone now. So
and Scott's got his poodles. By the way, Scott's was providing jackets, Scotty Vest jackets with the Dent logo on it to the attendees, and Scott's been very supportive of us, and he's got those poodles.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sweetest dogs.
Yeah, I'm going to get to meet the poodles. In fact, there's a Scotty Vest new product that's being delivered today by UPS sometime that we're going to be reviewing on the Chris Voss Show. And I'm not sure what it is. It's some new product that he has. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to hang with him. I guess the first night when I get there, Saturday night, Laura, his wife, is with her infamous food cooking skills, is throwing a great party, and it's going to be great to film that. I'm going to try and make a lot of video and live broadcast this stuff, so it'll be a lot of fun. People can see what they're missing, and then they'll definitely be jealous that they should be there next year at Dent.
Well, I think at the very least, even if they don't do Dent, if they get some of those outdoor shots, they'll probably say, "Geez, we got to get to Sun Valley."
Yeah, you think more photographers too. Maybe we should get more photographers. I think I put a bug in Thomas Powers' ear.
Well,
not Thomas Powers.
Oh, Thomas Hawk. Yeah.
Thomas Hawk's here,
Thomas has been to Dent. We've got Chris Krug this year, and another great photographer. Well, we've got third-year attendee is Mark Hamburg, who was for many years the lead architect for Photoshop. He's now an Adobe fellow and working with them on some mobile stuff. But and then living in Sun Valley is Alfredo Rego, who's quite the photographer. There's a lot, yeah. There's no shortage of people doing cool things with photography in Ketchum and Sun Valley.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bringing my cameras too. So
yeah,
I'm gonna get some of the beautiful shots. So I always see Scott. Scott's always got shots of like, this is where I live, and so.
Oh God, yeah. It's so funny because our Wheaton Terrier, he's thrown his back out a little bit, and so my wife is searching for dogs and chiropractors, trying to find a chiropractor for the dog. And what does she run into? She runs into a video of Scott Jordan taking his poodles to a chiropractor. Like, the guy is everywhere.
I'm surprised they haven't made him mayor of that town yet. So, but it's going to be fun to hang out with him.
You never know. God, he's so high energy.
Yeah, he makes me tired just watching him. I'm just
that car. That car,
the Pocket Man car.
The Polaris.
Yeah.
I got to tell him, though. I got to say, look, I haven't told him this, but I'm like, yeah, we got to be careful. Don't, I don't. The car is great, and it's at your place, but we got the Buicks out front of the. I don't want people thinking that Buick is coming out with this cool Batmobile Polaris.
Well, I guess the car is going to be in L.A. for a thing, so it won't be
Oh,
there for that.
okay.
I
Well,
already asked him.
I think we are going to have some cool Buick. I'm not sure yet. I can neither confirm nor deny that we're going to have some Buick car that's not in production.
That'll be awesome.
We were hoping to get. They've got this really cool new concept car called the Avenir, which the lead designer for Cadillac and Buick is going to be talking about on stage about creating a design-centric culture. Because it's funny how how Jobs came in, and one of the things Jobs did when he moved back into Apple, Apple had sort of gone into the commodity box business, and the first thing he does was he swoops in and does that cool iMac.
Yeah.
It kind of brings them back into the world of design, and we're gonna talk. Design is one of these Dent threads that runs throughout the conference.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should get some of them Buicks and take them off some sweet jumps, eh? My favorite line.
I took this Enclave. I drive a big, beautiful Enclave. I drove to Sun Valley last year and moved this year, and we went off to do some hot springs last year at Dent as an activity day thing. And my God, I took the thing basically off-roading, this big four-wheel drive Enclave, and it was great. So it'll do it. And in fact, I don't know if you know this, but sorry, I sound like I'm pitching for these guys, but I thought it was very cool that I think it was Consumer Reports said the latest Buicks handle better than Audis or like Audis. They were comparing them to Audis because of the suspension. Because I think one or more of these models actually is a German car. So anyway, they're more high.
Times the Dent and take them off the jumps.
Well, we are working to do something not too far off that, but I can't say any more until I can get the right venue booked.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Steve, thanks for joining us, even though you're sick, and get well there, buddy. Heal up, and I hear walking helps people get better. So you want to try.
God, I've been trying everything, and yeah, well, tell everybody to go to dentthefuture.com, and it is officially by invitation only, but you can request an invite, and yeah, we'd love it if people are interested to come out and join us.
Yeah, get your tickets now. It's going to be March 22nd to the 25th. And I've had a lot of friends that have gotten really excited about it. A couple of them didn't get on the schedules quite a bit, but I think they'll be there next year. But get your tickets now. Go to dentthefuture.com and coming out with all the cool kids for a change.
All right.
So it should be fun. Thanks for spending some time with us, Steve. And
thanks, Chris.
Photos from us being out there.
All right. Talk soon.
All right. Take care. Thank you very much. See you guys next time on the Chris Voss Show.com.